Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and as you can see, we are going to be unboxing Xeodrifter on the PlayStation 4 from Limited Run Games. Now, you might be wondering what Limited Run Games is if you haven't heard of it. Limited Run Games is a company where what they do is they specialize in taking indie titles that are on the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation Vita, and they make physical releases of them. I know there's been one game, Breach and Clear, that was the one game. They only released that on the Vita. The other games they've released on both Vita and PlayStation 4, and they end up giving a nice physical copy like this. Now, one thing I also wanted to cover, some people have wondered why they don't do this on Xbox One, for example. Xbox One, I know Nintendo and the other companies as well, not so much PC, but really Microsoft and Nintendo, they have more standards. Like, you pretty much have to order a certain amount of copies of a game, while Sony is a little more lax on their runs. So normally when a game comes out, they do one run of it, and they press a few thousand copies of it, and then that's it. So you might be able to buy it later on, like if they have extra stock, or if they do giveaways or whatever, or if you buy it used, but they do one run of a game, and then that's it. They never do another physical run. So this is just a nice way of having physical indie titles in your console collection, and normally I've been getting them on PS4 because I like to capture footage and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open this up right here, and we will check it out. Alright, so this game I really know nothing about, to be honest. Like this and the other game I got at the same time, I don't know too much about, but as you can see, that is the cover right there. It looks all nice and shiny and neat. And then let's go ahead and come over to the spine. Now, if you saw my last video where I unboxed Octodad, this is kind of what I was talking about. See, Octodad came out a few weeks before this game and the next game that I'm going to be unboxing, but Octodad was limited run number 5, while as this one is number 4. So I don't know what happened. What my assumption is probably this was supposed to come out before Octodad, but something probably got held up, so they had to put out Octodad first, and they put out the other two games later on. But yeah, I know it's out of numbering sync, but that's just the way they were released. So I'm kind of releasing these videos the way they were released to me. But we have number 4 right here, even though it came after number 5. And then right here, as you can see, we have the back of the case where we have some screenshots and some reviews that look really great as well, too. We can go ahead and come down here. It only takes up 55 megabytes of space. It's one player and is DualShock 4. And of course, this is limited run number 8. See, they messed up the numbering on here. I just find that kind of funny. So we got that, and of course, it is a all-region game because this is the PlayStation 4, PS4, PS Vita. They're both region-free, so it works out pretty well. And let's go ahead and pop this thing open right here. So, oh, you know, this actually pretty cool. It looks like it comes with a full color manual as well. I do like the games that they have that on there. So there's nothing on the insert, but let's see the game itself. So that is the game disc. It's really just the cover kind of rehashed. Nothing too special about that. We have that right there. And let's go ahead and check out the manual right here. So this one's actually pretty thick compared to what we got in, what was it, Octodad. So this is really the appeal of it as well, too, as you all can see, because normally, as I said, these games, since they're indie games, they just get digital releases, so it's really cool to have a physical copy of them, and especially when they do something like this, where they have, you know, a fully fledged manual that you can actually hold, you can mess around with, it has color and everything. It really kind of brings that old school vibe back to it all as well. So that's why Limited Run Games does this, because they want to take these indie games, and they kind of want to, you know, give the developers a chance to have a physical release of them, something that they normally wouldn't be able to do by themselves. But yeah, no, so far I'm actually pretty impressed with this manual right here. I'm kind of just glazing through it, and I'm just letting you all check it out right here. But yeah, no, it's very detailed. It has everything that's... Wow, it has notes. That's awesome. It has notes. Alright, and that is it right there. So let's go ahead, pop this thing, close it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this game over to the PS4, I'm going to play it a bit, and I will let you all know what I think of it. So now we're at the part of the video where I'm going to have some gameplay of the game that I just got on screen, and I'll talk about the game a bit, and honestly, kind of a TLDR of it is a Metroidvania style shooter. You command this little space guy thing, and then what happens is you have a ship, you can go to different planets, you can dock at them, and then as you go through the levels there, you get different powers. Now, the first thing you can get is you get a gun that you have by default, then by defeating one of the first bosses, you end up getting a submarine power. You could actually go into the water and swim around that way and also attack, and I'm assuming one of the next ones you'll probably get has to be a jetpack or a booster power of some kind, because pretty much that's kind of at the point where I am, where I can't really get any further unless I have a jetpack to go around. Now, I'm gonna keep this mostly short and sweet because, to be honest, this isn't really my type of game. I'll be straight up, I'm not really a big fan of Xeodrifter. I think it has been done well so far. It seems to look great. They've really captured, you know, the sounds and essence of and everything of the game, and they really get you into it. But it's a Metroidvania style game, which I'm just not a huge fan of personally. I don't know, to me they can be kind of frustrating. They're not really like a relaxing type game for me, and it's just not something I super get into, so that's 100% my fault on there. I'll be straight up though, as I said, not my cup of tea. If you love these type of games though, I'd probably recommend it. In fact, I also looked on the PlayStation Store and it is $10 on there, so if this is your type of game and it looks good, like what you're seeing looks good, I'd recommend picking it up. If you're a person who's not really into the Metroidvania style of games, I wouldn't recommend picking this up. So to me, this is kind of going to fall over to the side. It would just sit in my collection. I don't know, maybe at one point in the future I'll sell it off. I'm just being honest here, man. But yeah, to me, this was about $30 after, you know, getting the $25 game, then about $5 shipping. So not really the best value in my book, but hey, at least I get to show you all that. So yeah, that's about it really with this game. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Hope I enlightened you all with this, and let me know what you all think.